Hughes the Force is a fan film that combines the universes of John Hughes and Star Wars. Simon and Henry, our two lead characters, are your typical tortured high school nerds. A chance encounter at a convenience store leaves them with an invitation to the big end-of-the-year party that all the popular kids are going to. But in order to get there, they need to bring with them one hot girl. They take a bunch of their parents' old computers and create a Frankenstein-like machine to bring one of their Princess Leia action figures to life. In doing so, they get more than they bargained for when she gives them the power of the Force, and then teaches them through a series of different situations that self-confidence comes from within, and it's more important to be true to who you are than to be popular.
We shot the movie using the Canon 7D. It's a relatively cheap camera that allows you to obtain a high-quality image. The shallow depth of field also allows you to create that filmic look everyone is always trying to achieve. For certain scenes where we had to work really fast in very low light, we used the Canon 1D Mark IV, which has an incredible sensitivity to light and allowed us to use many of the practical lights as actual light sources.
Working on this indie film is incredibly rewarding, but it's also been really challenging. Because it's so low budget, we need to work as efficiently as possible because time and planning are money, and every dollar we spend on this low budget film needs to stretch as far as possible. Scenios helped immensely with the organization and communication between me and the people working on the movie. Everyone was able to stay completely up to date from wherever they were with the latest information. One of the producers lives and works out of Seattle, and he's able to stay on top of everything that is going on with the film day to day, hour to hour, almost like he's right here in Los Angeles with the rest of the crew. The tools Scenios has integrated into the system allowed me and the rest of the crew to stretch our dollars further than we ever would have been able to otherwise, by giving everyone a central place that's easy to navigate to find all things about Hughes the Force.
Because I was able to upload floor plans and storyboards to Scenios, my crew was able to show up each day a lot more prepared, which reduced the setup time for each scene. Because of this, we got a lot more scenes shot each day.
When we first started production, Steve and I were both constantly improving, deleting, adding scenes to the script. Each time we made a change, we'd have to email the actors saying, "This email contains the latest version of the script." And eventually, people had multiple emails all with that same subject line, and it got really confusing. Scenios' pre-production app helped completely remove that confusion. Now for the latest version of the script, all they had to do was go to Scenios. Each time we made a change, we could have it send messages to the actors letting them know to sign in and grab the latest version.
The calendar function gave us one central place where visually we can see what needed to be shot when and who we had available each day to help out. When places and dates changed, we were able to update in real time so the entire cast and crew could see when and where they had to be on any given day, all thanks to the Scenios calendar.
The locations and Google Maps aspect of Scenios is easily my favorite part. The ability for a cast and crew to go on and see a map of exactly where they need to be so no one gets lost and no one types a wrong address into their GPS is fantastic. We shot at locations all over Los Angeles, from private gated communities down in Anaheim to Old Town Pasadena, and it was all plotted out on the Scenios map.
Using Filing Cabinet, I was able to upload any type of file that I wanted. Then the director or the crew could download the file to their computer, modify it natively, and then re-upload it for me to see.
I love the idea of one central location where anyone from my cast and crew can access the latest information on a given project immediately. And then I'm able to go on and get immediate feedback on that information and plan and adjust the production accordingly. The film community is one of those industries that traditionally takes a while to embrace new technologies. From the invention of sound to shooting and editing digitally, eventually it becomes the standard, and I think the cloud will eventually become the way to go to organize, plan, and communicate for pre- through post-production. Scenios gave me and the Hughes the Force team one place to go and find any of the information we might need to keep production running as smoothly as possible. You can never plan for everything that is going to go wrong on a given day on a given production, but the access to all the latest information gives the cast and crew members a sense of the project as a whole and how each of the individual parts of the machine are working. This empowers the cast and crew to plan ahead better and problem solve more efficiently in the moment, which leads to having more fun on the set, less time and money wasted on getting people up to speed, and an overall better finished film for audiences to enjoy.